Dinesh, I don't know how we stole you from India, brother, but if we got any say-so, we ain't giving you back.
Worldwide exclusive.
The question, the deeper part of the question is, so prove to me that the Democratic Party is racist now. And as often happens with a tough question, this is kind of when I rise to the occasion.
Okay, Dinesh.
Well,
batter up.
let me just say this. If one goes today to the Democratic-controlled inner city, and we're talking here about some 24 cities entirely dominated by the Democratic Party, there's not a Republican in sight. I argue that we will see in them now all the 5 features of the slave plantation that Kenneth Stamp outlined in his classic work, The Peculiar Institution. In a description of the plantation, Kenneth Stamp identifies 5 things that you would see on a slave plantation. Number 1, broken down, dilapidated, and unsafe housing. Number 2, broken families. You can see this under slavery. There was a confusion of who's the real father, mulattoes running around in the plantation, the family structure in decay. Number 3, a high degree of violence required to hold the place together. Police power, whippings, overseers, fences, barbed wire. Number 4, everybody gets a basic provision. If you need food, you have health care, they call the doctor, but nobody gets ahead. There's no opportunity. Nobody really advances. The Southerners and the Democrats used to call slavery a school of civilization. And Stamp goes, that's not a school from which anyone ever seemed to graduate. And finally, nihilism and despair. A feeling that there's no future, that this is an intergenerational, ongoing, lasting way of life. Now, all those 5 features can be traced directly to inner city Oakland, inner city Baltimore,
Chicago,
many places, Chicago. And like I say, this has been going on since the 60s.
I live in
the
Illinois.
United States
I know.
has spent trillions of dollars to fix these places. The Democrats have been in charge of fixing it. And yet, many of these places are no better off than they were in 1967. Think about that.
Just facts. They don't like it. It's a fact, though.
So, at the very least, this reflects a callous and shocking disdain for the welfare of the people who live in those communities. And for me, this is a big opportunity for Trump. If Trump is able to talk straight to people in our inner cities, and I would add in our barrios and on our native reservations, and show them that there's a way to get up and get off the plantation, this would be a mammoth opportunity for the Republican Party.
I think what we have, honestly, is a truth decay. And Dinesh is the dentist who's trying to fix it. People like Dinesh D'Souza, Larry Elder, Thomas Sowell, Candace Owens, the Officer Tatums of the world. They're out here to show you the truth. As somebody who grew up in Illinois, who lives in Illinois now, I've been to Florida. I grew up on the left. I've seen both sides, so I can honestly make a decision based on reality, based on facts, what's really going on, not some false painted narrative. I believe the saying actually goes, if you're not a Democrat when you're 20, you have no heart. If you're not a Republican by 30, you have no brain. I could disagree with the first sentiment of that because I think you have to have a heart to be able to realize the innocence of babies. And, you know, a big thing on the left, big thing for Democrats is killing babies. They don't consider them life. They consider them just a fetus. Not viable means not relevant. And I completely disagree with that. He could have ended the debate when he said, just look at the Democrat-ran cities. Look at the Chicagos. Look at the Portlands. Look at the West Coast, the Californias, the New Yorks. It's chaos. Just look at it. It's right there. It's common sense. And he's exposing it. I was a Democrat, sad to say, until I got a job and a bank account. And at that point, I finally understood what's going on in the world, capitalism, and that there's a way to work your way out of it if you're taught hard work, which I wasn't taught. I had to discover it on my own. Then I became a conservative. Then I leaned Republican. That's how it is. Now, are they perfect? Absolutely not. We're all flawed. That's why we all need Jesus. But some people don't want to hear that. I'm still going to speak the truth. The light will always overcome the darkness. So at some point, those cities will have some light shed on them. I just pray that someday, if the Democrat Party is still there, they start to show people the light. They start to show people that, there is a way out of this. You don't have to accept this handout. You don't need us to provide a great living for your family, to take care of people. You're not suppressed. If you give a man a fish, he can eat well for a day. If you teach a man to fish, if you teach somebody how to go out there, work hard, how to grind and get it on their own, they can eat well for a lifetime. That means their family. That means more peace, more prosperity, more happiness all around. Instead of just telling people where they're going wrong, instead of just telling people that they can't do it and you got it bad, white man bad, black man bad, whoever is bad, show people how they can get out of whatever situation they're in and how they can go make a way for themselves. Give people the tools and the know-how. Stop giving people the problems and the things that are holding them down, telling them that it's all emotion, it's all bad. It's just nihilistic. There's no chance, no reason. There's always a reason. We're here. We're blessed. Breathe in life. Show people how to grind and get better, not how to stay down and stay in the gutter. The only way to climb out is to start voting a different way, to start looking at people like Dinesh D'Souza and people that are just unveiling the curtain on the evil that's behind it. So y'all make your decision. Y'all let me know what you think down below. Let's have a respectful adult conversation. If you want to email me questions, concerns, hate, love, do what you got to do. My email is always open, devin@devgibson.com. If you want to support the channel, you like what I'm speaking, you like how I stand on firm in my beliefs in Christ, you can always hit that thanks button on YouTube. By no means do you have to. All my other links to support are below. But again, feel free to just exit this video, exit stage left. I appreciate the viewership, the friendship, the conversation, the ones that need to be had, these tough ones that nobody wants to talk about. I appreciate y'all showing up. Either way, I'm praying for you no matter what side you're on. I've been there. I understand. So whatever it is that you're going through, I pray that you start to see logic instead of just emotion. You start to see fact instead of just all these fictional headlines that aren't really how the world operates and aren't really, the way things go this day and age. The only way to get better is to step outside the box and really see what the problem is. And the only racism I see going on and the only people holding people down is the Democrats. I'm just saying, I don't mean to point the finger, but sometimes you have to. You got to say what's wrong is wrong. I'm just saying, I love y'all. I'm praying for you. For right now, Godspeed. I'm gone.